Hold on to your butts.
Hey, this is Mike from Junkie on Crafts and Builds, and this is a quick impressions video of a figure that I found on Amazon for 16 bucks, and I thought it'd be a perfect representation for one of my NPC characters for my toy photography. And bonus, it's one of my favorite characters from the Jurassic Park film, one of my all-time favorites. This is the Mattel Amber Collection version of John Raymond Arnold, or Ray Arnold, the computer scientist from the original Jurassic Park movie back in 1993. So looking at the box, it's a really nice display. This was a series that came out in 2019 through 2020. It was the only series of 6-inch figures in the line, and it was the majority of the original characters from the first Jurassic Park movie, plus Chris Pratt's character Owen from the first Jurassic World film. But this box is really nice in the fact that it has a nice wide window display that shows the figure, all the accessories that it comes with, Jurassic Park icon up front, Amber Collection. Looks like this really cool bit of, fossilized amber. Dr. Raymond Arnold across the bottom. Got a nice side view there. And on the back, we have this really nice picture of Samuel L. Jackson in character and a short little bio of him there. You can pause and read it if you wish. So really cool looking box. Let's just get the character out and look at him. And here's Ray Arnold out of his box. And overall, for the time that this figure was created, aesthetically, he looks fairly good. It's not a one-for-one representation, especially in the face with Samuel L. Jackson, because technology has improved since the time of this line's release. But I think overall, for my needs, he fits the bill well enough. He's got these glasses that are kind of glued onto his face here. But it's the detail that is kind of there. It's a little soft, not really much definition, but it is some neat little things along here, like the balding spot that they put on him. That's a nice little touch. The jacket here is a soft rubber that goes around the body. We also have a soft rubber tie that's glued up here against the shirt. The arms have a little bit of paint wash on it to kind of match a little bit with the weather condition of the jacket, and you can actually see that brushing is up along here, along the shoulders, and all throughout this jacket. It's a nice little detail. It's very subtle, but it gives a little bit of a texture to this figure. We have this really nice tampograph of Jurassic Park on his jacket pocket here, as well as a couple pens. So very cool. His shirt, nicely decoed here as well. Pants are nicely sculpted and actually has a bit of a wash on the pants themselves, again, to give it texture, similar to what we see on the jacket. And then he has his loafers, which are a nice little brownish black here. So while it's very basic, there is some very nice touches onto this figure. He does have a gimmick, which, spoilers if you haven't watched the movie that came out the year I graduated. But he does have this gimmick where he, in the movie dies. Ellie Sattler goes to find him, and all she does find is this one accessory, which is his severed arm. He was unfortunately captured by some velociraptors and eaten. But this is a nice little thing if you want to have, for your photography. And that arm just slides right back into place and also deals right into articulation. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. So let's go ahead and look at articulation for this figure. And his head is on a ball joint, but it is very, very tight. So you can only really go side to side. There is no up or down articulation, very slight down. And I think that's due to the actual ball peg in here as being so close. If you want to remove this head, you're going to definitely need to heat it up. Shoulders. With that, we can easily strike a T-pose. We have rotation all around, and we have a bicep rotation. We have pinless double jointed elbows for, a really nice look. We have wrist rotation, and we have a horizontal hinge on both hands here, but due to the sculpt of the jacket, you don't really get much use out of that. What is interesting is the ball peg system here for the mid-torso that allows you to get a slight bend forward and a slight back. A little bit of teapots side to side here, not too much. So it's not crazy levels of articulation, but it is there for subtle gestures. We have waist rotation here. For the legs, we have no outward movement, so you can't really do the splits, but he can go up that far and go back that far. We have a thigh swivel here and pinless double jointed knees. Really nice, you know. For an older figure, it's really cool to see a lot of these articulation points in a figure. For the feet, you don't really get much of anything, a very limited down, limited up, no real side to side or pivot. So that kind of limits a lot of what you can do. And he does stand. So let's go ahead and look at the accessories that he comes with. And we'll start out with the coolest accessory of the group. And that is this big, bulky piece of plastic that looks like an old IBM computer. And it really is, it's a really cool reminder of when I was in school that, you know, we had monitors this thick, the ray cathode monitors, and the computer boxes were nice and big and chunky. We got a CD-ROM here or floppy disk port. Keyboards really nicely sculpted, and we have this really cool sticker of Jurassic Park in the perimeter. Some of the Jeeps that were going around with the actors, and you know, it's really cool. Next we have Arnold's headset with microphone, as he went through and announced where things were going on in the park throughout the movie, and that's kind of just sits very loosely upon his head. I might heat it up a little bit, see if I can scrunch it in a little. Overall, you know, it just sits there. Not the greatest, but it's an accessory. I've been holding his hand and whatnot. Speaking of hands, we have two gesture hands here. Again, simple black or brown plastic with horizontal hinges. The sculpt is not the greatest on it. You can see there's a little bit of, you know, how the thing was injected. You know, not the best, but it's pretty simple. So, and we'll go ahead and swap out the hands real quick. And here he is with his alternate hands. I don't have a cigarette, but I do have my Gridiron Studio cigars. So we have our chain smoking computer scientist here trying to reset the power to restore Jurassic Park and gain control from the dinosaurs. And like I said, the last gimmick is the bloody stump that was removed here, maybe by Pandora. Who knows? Final impressions of the Mattel Jurassic Park Amber Series John Raymond Arnold. I think for the time, this was really a cool looking toy, and it still is, in my opinion, in regards to just having an MPC figure for your toy photography, or if you're just a fan of that movie series. It's a really neat figure. The accessories are really cool, especially this PC here. Definitely kind of brings back some old nostalgic feelings. Articulation, for the time, even though it is very basic and limited, especially in the head and in the waist, is still really good. I mean, we have double jointed elbows and knees. A lot of the prime figures and companies nowadays still struggle with pinned elbows and knees. So it's cool that Mattel kind of shows us this way back in 2020. You can get this guy on Amazon right now for a bargain at 15 bucks at the time of this recording. And I highly recommend you get him. If you are a fan of Jurassic Park, if you're a Samuel L. Jackson fan and want a representation for your collection, or like I'm doing here, I need a background character for some photography. But again, thank you guys for watching, liking, commenting on this video and my other videos. And if you like what I'm doing here, please subscribe. It helps me out a lot. I like creating content for everyone to look at. So when in doubt, hold on to your butts. Life is tough sometimes. So that's where toys come in to kind of give you a distraction. So that's everything. Thank you guys for watching. Talk again soon. Bye.